Hi Stamping friends, it's Marilyn here from Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, where it is very cold this week. We have had minus 34 Celsius on our thermometer in the morning, so that's pretty cold. And I'm really happy to say that I am able to stay here in my craft room, work on things to share with you, and don't have to go out in the cold like I used to when I worked full-time and whatever. So very pleased with that. Happy to have you join me. Hello Bonnie, I see you're there. That's great. Nice to know that at least I'm online where I should be. So I have Darling Donkey's card to show you today. I've done a second one to show you another neat thing using designer paper. I have some other cards to share with you, and I have a new class I want to tell you about called the Black and White Stamp-A-Stack. So hello Lorraine or Glenda, however you want to be called on Facebook. Welcome as well. Good to see you, and hopefully you guys are going to craft along with me. So I will switch the camera now and we'll get down to the desk. And because you guys have been to my craft room, you know that that's the other side of it. So, tell me, what do you like to have on your desk when you're crafting? Do you like to have music close by? Do you like to have a snack? Hopefully one that doesn't mess up your craft as you're working with it. Let me know. I like to have music, so I'm lucky enough that we do have access to music downstairs, upstairs, whatever, so it works great for me. So just let me know in the comments. And I know that both of you are in the same locale as I am, so you're probably experiencing this really cold weather. So what are you doing to enjoy yourself during that time? Again, my host code, if you're shopping online, would greatly appreciate you using it. I also appreciate you sharing my video and sharing my website and my posts and whatever, just to get my name out. The video will be on YouTube after this, so others can catch it that aren't on Facebook, and would love to have you share it with your friends. Just a reminder as well that Sale-A-Bration is still happening, and it is the best time of the year to join Stampin' Up. You get not only, you pay $135, but you get $165 worth of product of your choice, plus you get 200 sheets of designer paper that will be available for purchase, but not until May of this year. So an exclusive gift for joining there. And Sale-A-Bration involves, for every $60 you spend from current products in Stampin' Up's website or catalogs, you can get free items out of this catalog. And there is designer paper, stamp sets, more paper, stamp sets, more paper, more stamp sets, and this is a bundle of stamp set and paper. And if you host a party over $375, you get this free. So it's a great time to host and a great time to join. So the stamp set I'm using today is the Darling Donkeys. It has these 3 cute little guys, plus some verses, a little, I'm going to call that a snowflake. And you'll find it on page 4 and 5 of the Sale-A-Bration brochure. And this item here, this one item number, is just showing you that if you put in that item number, you get these products, and that is enough to give you this set free. So kind of a different way of displaying things in their catalog for this year. So that being said, let's get started. This is the one that I designed for us to make today, and I'm going to walk through the steps that I used, and I'd appreciate any comments, concerns, questions. I'll try to answer. If I can't see them as they're going by on the screen, I will certainly go back to them afterwards and look at all your comments. The black and white paper that is here is from the current mini catalog that we have, and it's called True Love Designer Paper. Many beautiful choices of black and white paper there. And I just am using 1-inch strips, as you can see, so you don't use much. Going to bring in my scoreboard because I find it scores better. The cutting paper trimmer does have a scoring board or scoring blade, but I do find that this one, when I use it, seems to score a little bit better. So I've been keeping it on my desk and using it a lot more. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I think I showed you last week some of the little gift boxes that I covered with designer paper, and the scoreboard worked really well for that because you could leave all the markers in and you had to score in 4 different places, and then you could just go down and score all of them at once because your markers were there. So worked really well. So I'm starting with the basic black. I'm going to place my red, which is the 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to decide where I want my, sure I had 4 of those, pieces of designer paper, and I will use the banner triple punch to flag the ends. If you don't have that, you can take your, wherever you want the flag to be, like if this is, say it's a 1-inch piece, I'll just do this so it makes a little more sense. Use your scissors to cut up in the middle and then trim from corner to corner. And that will give you a flagged end as well. Probably not as exact, but it will work in a pinch until you get the banner punch. Once I get that done, I do have cut already the black, hi Karen, the black for behind the donkey. And I was going to cut out this one for the stamping, and I don't have very good luck with doing that. So what I like to do is stamp and then place my die on it to cut, just so that I get it in the right place. So that's what I'm going to do for this guy. I will use the black Memento, and we'll start with that. As I said before, many times, if you've crafted with me, I like to do my stamping and all of my layers before I glue anything together. And that has become a habit because every once in a while I end up having to turn things over or redo them. So I'm going to use the blends, and I'll try not to get my head in the picture, but I am going to color it just a little bit. A little bit of the red and the green. And as I was doing this one, I didn't put a greeting on the outside of it, as you can see. And actually, I messed up and didn't even put one on the inside of my card, but I will. Which is a real no-no because I've got the white paper in there already. But I was thinking that it could be used for Valentine's, it could be used for birthday, could be used for thinking of you, which we all need during this time of pandemic, of course. So just trying to follow a little bit of what I did on that one, a little bit of coloring, and I'm going to show you, after we're done this, a card I made with this stamp set where you do not need to color. So that was kind of a bonus for me because I'm not great with blending these colors. Coloring in the lines I can do pretty well, and like to practice that with the grandkids, of course, but can't do much of that right now. So I'm going to just take my, and I'm using here Smoky Slate. So I'll just quickly blend in the rest of that. Try not to go out of the lines like that. So tell me, I'm sure that some of you have been shopping through Sale-A-Bration and whatever. What is your favorite set so far, and why? Have you done something unique with it that you can share with us? I'd love to see if you are crafting with me during this time. Please share your pictures of your projects below the video once it's posted, and we'll all learn something. I love learning from you as well as teaching you. So it doesn't take long to add some color to him, and really you don't have to color him. I think I've shown you before, and I don't see it handy right at the moment, but I do have a card that was done strictly in black and white with just the stamping and the rose colored on one of them. So there's no must-dos for coloring. So once I've got him done, hello Diana, just looked up, I'm going to cut him out with the cut and emboss machine. And I love this machine because it tells you what plates you need. And as long as I've read that right, for cutting dies, I need 1, 2, 3, yep, and 3. It's working. Sorry if it's shaking. So there is my little donkey. And then I can put my oval back where it belongs, and it will stay there. And I think I'm ready. Oh, no, not quite. So I glued that on, and you'll see that it just fits behind the white. Gives it a little bit of definition. For my strips of designer paper, which are cut at 1 inch, I put them in and check the back side to see that it looks fairly even. Doesn't matter which way up you put the paper, as long as you've got it tight up against that back piece. And I find when I'm cutting paper for whatever, designer paper, I always put it back in the same package it came in. And I can go through like these 1 inch strips. There's all kinds of them that I can use for designs, cards. So it's a great way to use up those pieces of paper. So before adhering that, I'm going to grab my silicone mat, and I like to place these on I'm going to alternate them, and I do believe when I did that one, I think I lined it up here and put them I think I left 1/4 of an inch in between them, so I can probably do that again. Kind of my issue with wanting things to be exact. How about you guys? Do you want that too when you're crafting, or is it just the way it lands, that's the way it stays? And I'm going to just watch my edges here as well. But let's see if it works out. If it doesn't, we're going to say the donkey's going to cover it up and fix it. So if I put them on here before I put the red on the black, I can trim the edges if I don't get them as exact as they should be. So your grid paper works for not only stamping on if you're checking your stamps, but it also works for measuring like this, which is a great tool to have. And look at that. It worked. So 1/4 inch is exactly what, and it looks pretty straight, I think. So we have that. Now we can place that on the card base. I always try to be exact, but usually doesn't happen. Yeah, I hear you, Lorene. It's one thing about using this liquid glue, at least you can maneuver it a little bit, just like that. Didn't have it down quite far enough, and you can slide it. So then for my inside piece this time, look at this cute little thing. When I was designing that one, I cut out a scallop layer, and when I put my oval on it, I thought, ooh, that's way too big, so I cut another one, and I ended up with a ring. So that will be in my supplies. I keep 4 by 5 1/4 white paper in a container like this. This is a real old Stampin' Up case, but it's handy to have on my desk because most cards do require something on the inside, not just the black, but even some of the lighter colors are hard to write on as well, unless you have one of those glimmer pens or something like that. But so for this, I'm going to use another stamp out of the set called You're the Best. And I can use that card for just about anything. Word of note, just on your small stamps, the smaller the stamp, the less you have to push down in the ink. So tapping very lightly, and the less you have to press when you actually stamp with it. So there is my inside for that one. Now I can put that on the inside because I've placed the outside. And I try to make sure that I've got the card right side up when I do this because, again, speaking from experience, there are times when I've done it this way and it's like, oh my goodness. So got it right that time. And this little guy I will put on the black. And you notice that when you use the blends, they do come through the paper. That is normal. Don't panic that you've done something wrong. And I can slide that just a little bit because it's liquid glue. Isn't he cute? I love that little guy. So then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of him. I think it's a him. I don't know. We never had donkeys on the farm, so I'm not sure if I'm sure there's hims and hers, but I'm not sure how you tell. So I'll just call this one a him. And again, when you go to put it on, if you want them down here because you've got the dark and you want the flowers to show. And another thing you could do, okay, I'm going to place that one down a little bit lower. Definitely on this paper is color with your markers or color with those wonderful, wonderful blending brushes we now have. So there is my card, except for the bow. And I use this glittered Organdy ribbon. It's not the softest for tying bows, but it does work. And with the help of glue dots, of course, they will stay put on the card wherever you put them. So while I'm working with this black and whatever, just want to bring you up to speed on my black and white card class. It is designed the way I did them when we could have in-person classes. So you will get a kit to make 10 cards, 2 each of 5 designs. Black and white, I believe there's a little bit of colored ribbon. I'll show you the cards towards the end. And I'm charging $30 for it. I will do a Zoom class on the 24th of February to show you how to put them together. So I need registrations to be in by the 17th, and I'll have the kits ready for the 22nd, at least, if not sooner. So there. So I posted it today on my Facebook business page. And it was in my newsletter today. If you get my newsletter, you should have it. If not, let me know, and I will certainly post the link to the newsletter, and you can get the information on it. I'd love to have you join me. And that is for picking up the kits. That price is for picking up the kits on our front deck. If I do mail them, it will be a little bit more. But anyway, there's my card. So like I say, hopefully if you are crafting with me, and whatever kind of card, whether you have a donkey or something else that you want to put as your focal point, I'd love to have you share it. So let's carry on. I'm going to show you some others. This one I thought was so cute. And what does take a little bit of time because it is fussy cut, but it's stamped the 3 different donkeys from that set. There they are again. Are stamped on designer paper. And these are the newer in colors. Basically stamped, not colored at all. So aren't they cute? I can see you could add little googly eyes. There's all kinds of things you could do with it. And then this is another one of the in colors, so that it kind of combines the colors. But I just thought that was really a cute card done with that set. And there's lots more of them out there on the Pinterest, the website, whatever. So I have some other cards that I've received as swaps. And I am taking part in a swap here in a couple of weeks, so I'll have a bunch more after that as well. So looking forward to sharing those with you. I will just share. This one is a double drapery fold that we had done in our Friday Zoom with Friends class. Love how and somebody had said it looked like negligee, but actually those are little hearts. Do you see them? So a heart card there. This one done with our new embossing folder that's in that mini, and some of that same paper. If you can tell, it is the same paper as this, and just a little bit of it colored. This one I received in the mail for Valentine's. Cute, cute. Great colors. Another one with some more of a purpley shade and a different fold. A thank you. These, some of these, quite a few of these are from my friend Joanne, who is part of our staycation group that some of you have been with us watching. So we've been swapping cards there, and just love getting samples in the mail like this that I can share with you. So love the shades of pink and just a little bit of the embossing on the side there. Another heart one, and love how she's done this part. I do not have this set, so again, thank you, Joanne, if you're watching. This is just fantastic to be able to get these. And this little guy, I don't have this one either. He's a little guy that quite often is done on a wobble or a spring bouncy bobble card. And I think he would look, or actually the bigger one would look really cute as part of the card that we did today. So hopefully you enjoyed those. And as always, please, if there's a certain design, technique, color, anything that you would like me to demo with you on Tuesdays or on any of my Facebook Lives, I'd love to have your ideas. So please share those with me. The other thing, I know some of you did reply to my poll I did last week on whether I should keep on Tuesdays at 1:30 or move maybe to Wednesday or Thursday evening. The majority were stay on the Tuesday, so for now, that is what I will do. The others that requested were for Wednesday evening. So I'm probably, can't do it this week, but I may look into, in future weeks, trying to do a little bit of something different on the Wednesday evening, and you'll all have access to everything, of course. So now just a quick preview of what I'll be doing for the black and white class. I have, like I say, 5 different cards that all a little bit different, and then this one is a fancy fold. So if you're interested in those, please hop over to my event page on Facebook. I'm sure you'll be able to find it somewhere. If not, just get a hold of me and I'll give you the information. Would love to have you join me. And I think that is all I had to share with you today. Please stay warm, stay safe if you're out traveling at all. Make sure you have that emergency kit with you, because we look out the window and see the wind blowing and it's 24 below or 26 below or whatever, and we are so thankful that our furnace is working and we get to stay home. So until next time, take care. See you later.